Yes, welcome back from that break. Yeah. I hope you guys had a blast in this very in the holidays. Hope my mic is clear. I had some integrations that I made, so I hope you guys can hear me properly and that we are having a good time. So if it is your first time here, this is Dan Scott here, Dan here at Dan Scott Traders Hub, and as usual we'll be analyzing after that we head over to our daily routine where we start with crash 500 and then do other things. So without further ado, let's pray. Father, we give you praise. We love you so much. Thank you for the beautiful morning. Thank you for the festives, oh God, that we've been into, Lord. We are yet to get into a new year. We now come to do our final session before we end the year. So come and be with us, guide us through. Let's understand the charts, analyze properly, and be able to get good signals that we can take advantage of. We give you praise and we love you. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right. It is a blessing that we are here. So, crash 500. Crash 500. Crash 500. That's where we are starting from, as usual. Crash 500. So as usual, we are going to look at what's up here. So crash 500, that's where we are. The last time we checked it, when was it? Let's see, it was around this area here, I believe. So I don't remember the exact date, but I think it was around this when we were still within here. So we clearly see that it came following what we had anticipated from there, and even from there to take us right down below. So according to weekly and daily, we are looking at price coming to this level. So it has so far, it broke out according to what we see here. It broke out. So if I should be deleting all this. Remember, this is what? This is a descending triangle. That's a descending triangle on daily time frame. So we are clearly seeing there that we had a breakout, but that breakout was never a successful one. Why? Because we had a support level right there. It's a point of interest according to daily time frame. It's one of that point of interest there. So it came back to it, just like it did here, Here it broke out and went to this other order block. But we were thinking that it would break here. The anticipation was break out here and then retest there to continue selling. But we didn't see that happen. So if we didn't see that happen, the only way we can now anticipate more this is to again calm down. Since we are seeing that price is failing to reach even to the upper trend line. We are seeing that even though we can see prices that is above our 10 MA on daily time frame, what we are looking at is price to first come to this level according to the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, you have to understand that we touched overbought, so meaning the sales are highly anticipated. So if we are to go back to daily time frame, we will see something of this kind, and clearly we may something I'm just seeing here. Let me understand it better. If this is the case, right here, using the current data, this is the case right here. In fact, not even there. It's this. Yes, that. And this, if this is the case now, according to the current structure, that means wow, this is going to be a tricky one. This is just going to be a tricky one. That means we may see a breakout first to the see a breakout first to this other level. May first see a breakout probably back to that level before we can anticipate the sales. So we need to be patient. Trades like these, they require patience. You don't just look at anything and you just enter. The only way you can trade it is only when you go to lower time frames. Now, let's head over to lower time frames and we see. According to daily, of course, we're still looking for sales. Yeah, according to H4, we are looking for buys on H4. Yes, we are looking for buys. We touched that trend line, and we can confirm that using our Bollinger to understand whether we are still looking for buys. Yeah, I believe so. We still have some bit of buys, then later on come in with the sales. So yeah, that's what we will be doing. Just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. I had something I needed to work out. So yeah, so that's what I'll be looking at according to what I'm seeing. So all I can say is I will wait for the sales. I will not even dare to enter buys at all on this very asset. We are looking at sales right either here according to H4, but again there is also this other sell point on the daily time frame, that one. So we need to be ready for whatever comes first. We take advantage of it. So that's how I'll be looking for. For the trades. So going to H1, let's get into deep on this very asset. Going to H1, we can take advantage of it, knowing what it is doing. So yeah, so sales are on according to H1. Why are they on? Because we are within an expanding falling wedge. So it means price is coming right here. Price is coming right there, and then later on it goes right there. So that is how you can take advantage of this trade. So I will not even bother to go to M15 because it will be the same. It's going to be the same. So I will wait for H4 to give me a H1 to give me a confirmation and enter the sales, or I wait for the buys when they get back to this other this other support trend line that we are seeing here. All right, that has been Crash 500. I don't know if you guys have a question, but yeah, that's it for me. On Crash 500, that's what I'll be looking for as far as Crash 500 is concerned. Now let's head over to Boom 1000. Boom 1000. So, Boom 1000. So the last time we were here, but I can't remember when, but I think we were around this area. But nevertheless, we are here for today's session, so we need to understand what the market is doing and we take advantage of it. So first delete all this, delete this, delete that, and this one we leave it. So let's delete all these. Now let's head over to weekly. We first understand what is happening. We are looking for buys according to weekly, and that signal of the buy is according to CCI. Right where it is, it shows that buys should be going on, even though the structure is showing us something different. We have, in fact, it's not something different. We have a break of structure right there that confirms what we are seeing on CCI right here. That's what we right here. This is when the buys started, and clearly it hasn't reached the oversold. It still has all this level to climb up. So it is confirming what we are seeing on price action right there. That is a break of structure right there. So this was a retest. That's why the buy is likely to continue there. So we need to know that and need to understand that the general structure or the general trend is a buy, not a sell. So once we understand that, we now come down to break it. Let's break it down. So we already had this which was broken out of, and we tested several times. According to day, we are supposed to be buying. That's a confirmation. According to H4, on the other hand, on H4, we are clearly seeing that we touched overbought and then we started to sell, and we haven't reached oversold again. And clearly here we can see that we are having that kind of resistance on that very level there. Price, whenever it gets to that level, it comes down again. So knowing this, that we are right where we are there, I can bring my Bollinger and understand, okay, that's not conclusive, so I may not sell from here where it is. I may wait for another confirmation. Let me go to H1 and see. Yes, H1 will somehow confirm that, so I can now delete this Bollinger and now bring in my trend lines to understand clearly what is happening right here. So once I have it like that, I will now come to understand that this is an ascending triangle. Once I know that it is an ascending triangle, then I know how to take advantage of it. I know this is an ascending triangle on a resistance level according to H4. It is an ascending triangle on a resistance level. It means we may see a fake breakout right here, only to later on come to sales, but we may not even see that fake breakout. We clearly get into sales after breakout, so we need to wait. So according to H4, we are going to be selling. According to H1, there is still this room that needs to be covered to give us what? A go ahead for the sales. So until we have a breakout, this is a no-go for me, and I will wait for the breakout on H4. I will wait for the breakout on H4. Yes. So let me show you what I was talking about. A confirmation that we can wait for. Now on M15, something of this kind is also another confirmation of why we are to sell. That is a rising wedge. So clearly, price is still playing within that range, within this rising wedge. So if we know that for sure, then we clearly understand that this on M15 is another confirmation of the sell, but I cannot enter the sell just like that. I will wait for the breakout. According to M15, we have a what? That is a rising wedge. Yes, according to M15. Yes. All right. I think that's it for Boom 1000. If you guys have a question, please don't hesitate to ask. But as far as I can understand, we are now going to be looking at selling it before the day ends, I believe so, or tomorrow. Yeah, whatever the case it may be, we will have to sell this asset very soon. So once we have a breakout from the rising wedge there, or from the H1 ascending triangle right there, still we will be looking at the sales. All right, that's it for me on Boom 1000. Let me now head over to Boom 500. Boom 500. So Boom 500, start from weekly. So according to weekly, we've been looking for sales. And if I can first drag these ones here to understand where we are currently, in fact, delete them, we will later. We know that we are coming there. That's the point of interest there, being a fair value gap. It has to mitigate that level to balance the market. So we know that, and that's why it is a point of interest right there. And this is at a verified support level right here. This is not yet verified. So two things we know for sure, that price is going to come here or here. But then we want to understand, are we really selling? Yes, we are. Why are we selling? Because we have a change of character right here. This is a previous higher low here. This is a previous higher low. It failed to give us a new higher high. That's why we see it being broken to start the sales. So once we know that we had a breakout, we had a change of character there, this can be deleted. We can now head over to daily time frame. Now once we go to daily time frame, we are oversold. Now if we are oversold, we know that there is going to be an opportunity to bring us back to where we had a change of character. So If it goes beyond that change of character, it means we will still be selling. We will only be still we will only be still buying if this goes and breaks the previous high. Yeah, according to H4, weekly, this is a previous high there. The higher high is there. If this goes and breaks this previous high, then it means we are still buying. But there's a possibility, according to weekly, there's a possibility of it only coming back there and then come here. Those are the higher chances. The higher chances are for price to come back to the level where it gave us a change of character. So once that is said, this can be deleted. I just have it as my point of interest right there. So this is daily time frame, and we are confirming the buy. We are confirming the buy with what we see here on CCI. We touched some time back. We touched the oversold level, and we started to move. Accordingly. Those who remember, you remember me showing you this. This was a channel, a horizontal channel on H4, and clearly it came to do that, and it reached it. That was a TP level there, and right after it went back inside, it has been breaking structures like that. But this previous one is not really a break of structure. If you can see, it's not a significant break of structure. That's why you can see a lot of resistance right there. That's a lot of push from the sellers right there. So if I can even bring it a bit down to understand it better, I can try to use my 2 points like that to understand what is happening. So if I have it like that, just bring this a bit here. If I do it like that, this may look to be a pennant, but I only have 2 points. Yeah, which is okay. So I only have 2 points that I'm plotting, but it may end up being a pennant. If it becomes a pennant, then if it is a confirmed pennant, then we know that we are still selling according to the structure there. We will still be selling. This will be our TP level right there according to what we see. That means we will be coming back. We will be coming around this area right here. So that is, even though we are seeing we are supposed to be buying and there is no momentum for sellers, market always tries to respect the structure. And the structure, if the structure happens to be a pennant, we know price will be selling. Price will continue with the previous trend, which the previous trend is this according to H1, which is sales. Even according to H4, it is the sales. So meaning will be coming right here. So we need to wait and just be ready for whenever we see a breakout into sales. So this was not some kind of proper significant break of structure, but it is a break of structure, even though it is not significant. But it may become significant once price respects the pennant, and that's when we will be coming in with ourselves. So we need to be ready. Of course, like I always tell you, don't forget when there is a manipulation. Don't forget to anticipate a manipulation. It helps you to plan better. It helps you to plan better, not to be caught off guard and lose on your money. So, and knowing that most of the times we see manipulation is also important to plan better and not to sheepishly follow the market. All right, that's it for me on according to according to Boom 500. Yes, good morning, Desmond. Good morning, Patrick. Yes, and then good morning, Julius. Good morning, Judy. Welcome back. Welcome. Merry Christmas to those that are Christians and to Muslims. Happy festive season. Happy holidays. All right. So that's what we are looking at. That's Boom of 500. Let me now head over to of course, those who are scalpers, you can take advantage of it within the M15 as it is, as you will be taking range trading, you'll be just applying range trading. Whenever it is on this other support trend line, you buy it. When it is up there to the resistance trend line, you sell it. So that's how you can take advantage of this for the scalpers, those who want quick and quick money, who are not going to do a swing trade. So we've already seen that, so we know that the general trend is a sell. So if you are one of those that normally wants to trade according to the trend, which is what I advise everyone to always apply, trade according to the trend, you follow the trend. Then you want to wait and leave out this buy and wait for the sell when price reaches there. You enter the sell to bring you right here. All right. That said, now let's head over to another asset, which is Volatility 25. So, Vol 25, weekly we are within that range, but we clearly know that the general trend should be a sell, just like what we are looking for here when we reach that fair value gap. But price shows that it still had enough momentum to continue. So it broke out on the weekly time frame right there, and clearly all this can now be deleted. All that can be deleted since we broke out to continue with. This is a break of structure right here according to the daily time frame. That's a break of structure right there. So we are looking for a new high. Remember, according to weekly, we have this level right here, a previous high right there. That's the level we may return from. Remember, according to CCI, it is indicating that we touched overboard, meaning sales should be anticipated, just like how we had started to sell from here. But we were within the range or within the rising wedge. So if we are within the rising wedge, price came to this support trend line and started to get back into buys. So when it got back into buys, it's either going back to, may come back to touch that trend line, or to only come in between. That is, if sellers have enough momentum, it can only come back from within here, and then probably by then we come to see a breakout even on this other level. But until then, we are trading it within the range according to the weekly time frame. So if we are trading it within the range there, we can now head over to H4 and look at how price has been going. This is a weird market to trade. It's a good one to scalp, not a good one to swing. So that's a break of structure according to daily and H4. Going to H1, the buy is on, just like we've seen. We know that we may look for it to reach there. That is our space to grab money in. So now going to H1, we are still buying there. We still have enough momentum to continue the buy. I believe so. So I can go to H4, M15, and look at what is happening. All right. M15 is indicating sales because it has touched overbought. H1 is indicating more of buys. So what do we do here? This is a market I don't normally love to make my entries from. I just want it to give me a better opportunity. So this is a market I will leave. I cannot trade this until it comes back down. And clearly this is not a significant breakout right here. It is not a significant breakout there. So what I may do right here, I may use this as my previous low. Yes. And I use that as the high. So I try to understand where price may come back to. So price may come back to this fair value gap right here. So if price comes back there, then I may look at an advantage to buy it from there and take me all the way to there. Where? H1. Yeah, to there. So that's something I may take advantage of if it happens, but until it does, it's a no-go for me. I'm not entering any market. I'm not entering any market. All right, so I want to leave this now and wait for something like this. Until this happens, I'm not entering any market on any trade on V25. All right. Volatility 75. Volatility 75. Vol 75. Okay, so Vol 75. Wow. So still interesting. Vol 75 it's not having momentum. All right, it came back to where we wanted 4 days back. Yeah, came back to this level to grab liquidity on that fair value gap and started to buy again. So let's understand it properly. So we are seeing that kind of just a minute, excuse me. All right, so we were having that a falling wedge, of which we clearly see that something changed. We may use it like that. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, let's leave it where it has been. Yeah, like that. That's where it has been there. So that's what we have there. We failed to have a perfect breakout. All the breakouts came right back inside. So even this one, we didn't see a perfect breakout. A perfect breakout has to have a retest that doesn't go back inside. Okay, so for that we haven't seen. So what we can do is first delete all this, make a chart clear, make our chart clear, and I'll go back to daily, delete this. So clearly here on daily time frame, we are looking for sales to come back inside. Yeah, exactly. Now this makes sense. Sales to come back right inside, to even come here. So that's what we'll be looking for. That's what we'll be looking for. So according to H4, it is saying buys. Yeah. Why? Because it came to this level here. But sellers need to understand this also. We need to understand this. So having seen this, it means that we are still selling V75. Even though CCI is showing us buys, not buying that. Not buying that because clearly daily we are selling. Weekly we are supposed to be buying. We know that, but we understand that we haven't gotten a clear breakout, a successful breakout. So H4 price is already below our 10 MA and it touched that trend line, that resistance trend line right there. So I want to separate this so that we don't confuse it. Let's go back here, even this, change it so that we don't confuse them. So we know this now. I can now delete this. Yeah. So once we understand this, then we know clearly that the sale is on. But now it has already left us with the entry. The perfect entry was on the trend line. So it means we anticipate a pullback. Yeah, we will anticipate a pullback. This is not going to go straight like that and come to this level here. No, it's not. It's going to later on get into buys at a certain stage. So once it starts to buy, for us we wait for another opportunity to sell it. Yes, according to daily we are selling, so I'm not going to look for buys. I want to follow the general trend, which is sales according to daily. So according to H4, I can't wait for the pullback, then enter my sales properly back to this trend line. But until then, I can try to look for scalping trades. Yeah, I can try to look for scalping trades, and those ones I can look for them in M15, I believe, and those will be buy trades. Why will we be looking for buys? Why will we be looking for buys? Simple. We have reached that level right there. Previous sell candle right there, which is an order block, has been reached. right there. So according to M15, we may start to see buys probably in the coming hour or so. So we wait for now. It's a no-go for me. I can't enter buys. I may enter them on M15. If I fail to get a clear entry, I will wait for the sells after retracement on H4. That's what I'll be clearly focusing on. V50. Let's now head over to V50. Today's market is a bit weird. We are not seeing any clear trades that we can even enter while we are still on the session on the call. All right, so we have according to weekly, we have that kind of range or the pattern, which is a rising, the expanding wedge. And we went there. That was a point of interest. Immediately we started to sell. That's for sure what we saw. And clearly, this is amazing. This is exactly what we anticipated. Delete that. Delete. All right, so this is what we anticipated. This is exactly a double top. This was a point of interest. Why was it a point of interest? Because of the last high, and clearly we don't see a break of structure right there. But what we see later on is a change of character. Yeah, right here. That's what we see for sure. According to daily time frame, we see a change of character. So according to daily time frame, we haven't seen a retracement back. So this is a level one may anticipate this retracement. Once it reaches there, then you know that you are going to sell it comfortably to bring it right down below. Those who love to enter a trade and forget about it, these are some of the trades, but it also comes with patience. If you have never done something of this kind, then it's going to be a testing moment if you want to become a swing trader. Yeah, so this we are selling for sure. According to daily time frame, according to weekly time frame, we are going to be selling. So now we had a change of character on the daily time frame, but we are getting to those levels where we will be anticipating the buy. So let's understand if we have started the buy. According to H4, we clearly see that price is trying to react from that level, but it's not conclusive yet. So probably it may even come to this level. So we will wait, but you need to understand that this was a fair value gap at first, and the price is reacting to that same fair value gap. Once, twice, this is the third time now. So price may still continue to come a bit in between the fair value gap, and then later on we start to see the buy coming to grab liquidity on that daily fair value gap after change of character. So that's what I'll be waiting for. So I will not be looking at V50 until I see this pullback. That's for sure. That one I will not compromise. What I will do, I can't even go to look for M15 trades or H1 trades. They are all still not worth it. So instead of risking, I rather wait for the holy grail. This will be the holy grail, if we can call it that way. Yeah. All right. So until then, no go for me. The sell is on H1, and on H1, but I wouldn't risk it still. Rather wait for H4. Jump 25, second last, as we call it a day. Second last, jump 25. Jump 25. All right, so let's do this. Jump 25 weekly. So that's the focus right there. We haven't reached oversold yet, but we know the focus is to reach there. Yeah, that's the focus. So if we know that weekly we are still looking for buys, and the daily also we are still looking for buys, then we know that we know there's nothing, we don't have to be caught off guard looking for sales. Buys are still on, and you know that you are advised always to follow the trend. If that's the case, then that means you want to look for opportunities for buys. Yeah, you want to look for opportunities for buys, and here may be a present for the opportunity. This is a bit weird. Just leave this alone. Let's have that alone, just like that. All right, so that's what we see clearly, and that's what I will be waiting for. I will be waiting for when it comes back to this level and enter my buys, and this will be my TP level. I'll be looking for TP level right there. But then you need to understand, it may be giving us maybe going to give us another point to act as our resistance level, to finish our resistance level right here. So that's, I have only 2 points, this and that. So I just am waiting. That's why it is very tricky. If you enter trades here, you can close even before it reaches here, this trend line, because this is not at level that you want to find yourself in. This may be a retracement, meaning it will be just ranging within here until we see a breakout. And just like how we always do, we know that this level that brought us into consolidation will be the same trend that we will take, and clearly you see it will come to our TP level right there. So for now, I will leave it, go to H1, see what is happening. H1 is saying we are supposed to be selling. It means price is still coming down here, not there, even though we see it trend there. So it's still coming down here. Let's understand it on M15. Yeah, that's a confirmation there. So that price is going to be coming down again, and then later on come with that buy. So for now, I am confident that price is still selling. So for the sell, I will not enter, but for the buy, I will gladly enter if it comes back to the trend line right here. So this is a trade that you guys can actually look for. This is one of the trade I will personally wait for. In fact, let me put a buy limit. Right there. If it happens to come around that area, then I will have my entry right there. So that is it. And now let me head over to our last asset. This is within a flag. It is like a flag. It is a channel anyway. You can say it is a channel. In fact, a rising wedge. We know that we'll be selling it already. We understand that. We know that because of how we've been following it. So all we know right now is that selling is the general trend. And clearly, looking at what we have here, according to daily, we had this a falling wedge that came in between the main structure right there. We know that price has to come to this trend line and later on break out and even continue selling. But before it does that, there is a falling wedge in between the main structure, and this signifies buys that we will see a breakout. And clearly, even CCI confirms that we haven't reached overbought according to daily, meaning the buy is on. And clearly where we are, we can say the buys are on according to daily time frame. So those with big accounts can always put on the daily, you can put a trade and put your stop loss right here and wait for the buy to reach your TP level. But if you are a guy like me and you don't want to just enter like that, even though you know you have a big account, what you do is let's first delete all that we saw breakout come here. So this is not also needed anymore. Now we reached that point of interest, started to react from it. Okay. All right. And this here it was an inverted heads and shoulder. Perfect. Which clearly tells me a buy should be on. Buy should be on right there. I will put my stop loss right here and just wait for my profits. Yeah, this here signifies a heads and shoulder, an inverted heads and shoulder. And now if that's the case, then there's no more reason for me to wait for the buys. I rather enter here, even though I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Daily is showing that the retest is done. We should be continuing with the buy. Even though I'm seeing this here waiting to reach the oversold level, I've chosen to make my entry there. Why? Because of what I've seen here, because of the inverted heads and shoulder. All right, so going to H1, yeah, this is okay. Going to H1, it is nearly overbought, but it is still okay. I will still continue with my buy. I'm not closing it. I'm going with my entry on H4. That's what I'm going to go with. Now, knowing that, I can now delete this. This one can come here. That's what we are looking for there. Once it gives us that, we will be selling. But for now, I want to take advantage of this trade to reach this other resistance trend line. That's how I will be making my trade right there. I've entered, remember, this is an entry on H4, not on any other time frame. It's an entry on H4, and it was due to this inverted heads and shoulder right there. That's the reason I made my entry to continue buying this trade, this asset. All right, that's it for this For today's session, let's do the recap and see where we started from, and before we break it off, before we can call it a day. All right, so we started from crash 500. We are looking at this sell, but like I said, I'm not going to be focusing on the sell a lot because of the range that is in. I will wait for the buy right here, but the sell was on. Those who were with me, it was actually around that level. Yes, but the sell is on. In fact, the general trend must be a sell. Yes, the general trend is a sell. So for us, we will wait for a buy on this other trend line, or you can choose to wait for a sell if you are a guy who wants to trade according to the trend. So you will wait for the sell when it reaches here, and you enter your sell to follow the general trend, which is a sell. But, and I say but because it is necessary, you need to understand that this is an expanding rising wedge. You need to understand that there is this breakout that will happen at a certain point to take you right there, and you need to be ready. If that happens, this will be a manipulation trade to later on come into sells. So you need to understand that. So let me delete that and just wait for this. So now I can delete that because it is already moving. I will wait for this. I will wait for that. Alright, so that is crash 500. Boom 1000, we have a breakout. Like I said, we will enter our sales perfectly. So very soon that sale is going to happen. This is another trade that we will take advantage of perfectly. Remember, the first TP is this. This is your first TP. This is your first TP right there. This is your first TP. So whether you want or not, don't try to exceed this at first. You can enter 2 trades or 3. Some you close them here, and then the rest you hold as you bring the stop losses into profits to at least reduce on your losses. Alright, so that's it for this. I will now wait for a retracement, or yeah, you know how we always do it. So a retracement there, then I make my sell. If it doesn't happen, then I may not enter. My way of trading is to always wait for retracement. Always wait for retracement. Yeah. Until then, nothing that I can do. Nothing that I can do there to make an entry. Boom 500, it is within the range. You can take advantage of it, buying it to there or selling it, but it is within the range, just like we saw there. V25, we are waiting for this, then we make our buy entry. So until it does this, I'm not making the buys, I'm not entering the buys at all. V75, there's gotta be something of sort then come in. Until it gives me something like that, I won't enter the sells, but general trend is a sell. Volatility 50, yeah, we are waiting for the pullback again to come again to this level so that we can enter the buy and then later on enter the sell. Why are we looking for this buy and then the sell? We had a breakout on the change of character right here. So this is a first fair value gap after change of character. That's what we'll be aiming at to have our retracement. So that's where we will wait for our trades. Jump 25, a pullback here, and then enter buys. Jump 10, yeah, it is. I've already entered, but so far I'm in some floating losses, but I'm not exiting my trades yet because of what I saw here. So this is a floating loss that I'm ready to incur for now. All right, let me wish you guys a good day. Hope you had a great time. Remember, January class is on. The Jan class, I think you guys have received a notification on the community, both communities, this community and the YouTube community, and of course the WhatsApp community, the WhatsApp channel. So that's the flyer for the Jan class, and of course, as usual, the details were put there. Yeah, it's $110 or 400k for if you want to pay in Ugandan money. Yeah, but for the rest is $110. That's for sure. So that's what we'll be doing in Jan. For those who are ready to join the mentorship class, that's what you can do. That's my number there to WhatsApp me or call me to give you the rest of the details that needed. Otherwise, let me wish you guys a good day. And of course, probably, I think tomorrow we may not have a session. I will be notifying you. But tomorrow is a night that will be heading to the new year. So let me wish you guys Happy New Year in advance. And of course, a lovely day and happy trading as you look for better signals today. Have a lovely day. Happy trading. See you guys.